Milky tea, milky tea, milky tea kid. Yeah.
Mm.
Ooh. I am Jessie J, and this is milkyteakid.com. Okay, the short version is, I went to the Brit School and did musical theatre when I was 16. I auditioned for a girl group when I just turned 16 and got into the girl group. Was in the girl group for 2 years. We did a showcase at Cotton's nightclub, and Gut Records, the independent record label, picked me out and said we want her, so I went solo. When I was 17, was then with them for 2 years. They went bankrupt just before my release. While I was with them, I did like 7 support tours, 200 gigs around London. Then I got signed to Sony ATV as a writer off the back of all the tunes that I'd written. And then tried to get signed in the UK, and there was so many female artists at the time that I flew to the US on a plane, landed on the plane, got off the plane, went to the hotel. Did some showcases and basically signed to Universal Republic in the US, and then last January I signed to Island Records, and ta-da, now I'm doing an interview with you guys. He used to make me sing with Nova Brota, and I hated him for it. I was like, amazing. I was like, it sounds horrid. He was like, yeah, but you've got to stop always having to do all the stuff. Don't do that. I do that. I like kind of, it's more of a rapper version of it. I don't know, maybe I do. I don't know, I'll have to think about that. Yeah, I do that. As soon as I sing, my hand goes like that, which is really weird. I was signed for nearly 4 years before I put up that YouTube video. In the toilet. Not in the toilet, in the bathroom. In the toilet. Yeah, Big White Room, first song I ever wrote. I was 17. I was in the girl group at the time and kind of was wanting to go solo and really wanted to write songs. And when I was 11, I was in hospital at Great Ormond Street and was in a ward with a young boy who was probably about 10 or 11, and he was having major heart surgery. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night and watching him pray for like 3 hours, and it was the first time I'd ever seen someone kind of asking to not die, and it was really like a kind of moment where I was like, I don't understand, you know, it was a really emotional experience. And I remember the next day he passed away, and I said to my mum, like, he asked to be saved, and I don't understand, like, why is he not here? And when I always wanted to write a song about it, how it made me feel, but I knew that I had to be old enough for it not to be tacky or too soon. And I remember it was the first song I wrote, and I sang it to my manager at the time, and he was like, this is the tackiest song I've ever heard. Albeit the backing track did sound like The Lion King. But I went back and sang it the next day, I didn't change anything, and he was like, this is great! And from that day on I was like, you know what, I'm just going to write songs that I believe in and not listen to people that don't write songs. Yeah, it's had like over 70 covers on YouTube. Big White Room competition, I didn't even tell the label about it until like 2 days ago. Some of the covers I see, and I'll be totally honest, are just people copying what I do, and I don't, it's nice, but it's like, do your own version. Like, a cover is a cover in your own style, and there's been some ones that I've seen that are like rock covers, and I'm just like, it's so cool, and I thought, how cool would it be to start a competition where people get to like, not only just put their own version in the world of YouTube, but also have the opportunity to like record it with me and put it on like maybe a B-side on one of the singles or something, and I just think it's really cool, why not? Every week for the last 4 weeks for 2 days. I've got loads of fridge magnets. Forget Jessie J stuff, here's a New York fridge magnet, guys, like yourself out. It's called Who You Are. I never wanted to write music that just come and goes. I want to write longevity music, I want to write therapy music, and I hope I've achieved that. My mum and dad brought me up too well for me to be like, I'm in the club with my girls, we got a bud. Do you know what I mean? So I want it to be really like therapeutic, emotional pop music, you know. I'm really excited about it. Can you tell? I'm really excited! I forget I'm 22. I'm like a baby in comparison to like these people that have like been around for years, and like when I sit with people like Dr. Luke and like Claude Kelly and Toby Gad, and I'm just like, I'm subconsciously just making notes on how they write songs. One thing I've learned is what I don't want more than what I do, which I think is really important, to know what you don't want to do and what you don't want to be as an artist. For me, it's about the journey and getting to know people and like seeing the different ways people write, whether it's from a track, whether it's an idea they have written down, whether it's lyrics first, melody and lyric at the same time. You go in the booth, you jam out, then you put lyrics to the syllables, which I can never do. But yeah, no, I've literally worked with probably like 300 people in the last, 3 years. I think the songwriting one was the craziest one, because I'd never given a song away. Well, I had, but not many people have heard of any. And then Part of Me So went to #1 in 6 countries, went quadruple platinum, and I was like, alright, so basically, right, what do I do now? Like, how do I top that? Because, really? And it was like being at school and getting an A star, and then like doing the next test and getting a C, and you're like, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on these little shoulders of mine. Of people going, she's going to be this, she's going to be that, and you know what, I'm not going to let it get to me. I'll just always try and be the best that I can. I'm never going to be perfect, I'm not a robot, but I'm trying to represent the UK the best I can and taking it around for everyone to have a little bit of it. If you make it too complicated, then you psych yourself out. Don't ever feel like you have to do it a certain way, just get on with it. You've got to just think about things, turning it into something interesting and making it clever, and yeah, just write about you. If you're boring, people will tell you. Make your life as interesting as possible, and then your songs will be good. Some people say to me, oh, like, you're really inaccessible, and da-da-da. Every single song on my album is online, and that's free. I feel like it's important, but there needs to be a reason behind it. Don't do it for a gimmick or a promotional scam. Do it because you believe that your music should just be heard, because it's good and it's beautiful, not because it's like, got this track with, with Jessie and da-da-da, whatever. Like, do it because you believe in it. But yeah, I think it's always good to give a bit of a freebie, right? Everyone loves a freebie. On the flip side of things, I love some free music. Just finishing the album up, doing some gigs, trying to conquer 2 countries at the same time, taking loads of vitamins, early nights, got no friends, no jokes, just kind of getting on with it. It's busy, but it's fun. It's what I asked for, so there's no turning back now. No. I feel so bad when I say that. I've always wanted to do it the hard way. I actually believe that, I hate these words, hustle and struggle, but I actually think they're the 2 most important things that an artist learns in their journey. For me, like, if I was to go on X Factor, I don't think I'd get through, so I wouldn't go on it anyway. I don't think people would get my humour, I just think they'd think I was a complete knob. They should do a week where they have to write a song. For me, that would just, like, because I feel like if I went on there, right, I'm going to get into one now, and I feel like I'd sing, like, covers every week, and I'd really enjoy it, but then I'd come away from it, and I'd go in the studio and be like, who am I? I've just sung Whitney and Lauren and Mariah, and take that, and, you know what I mean? But then it's like, what do I do? What am I good at? What do I want to write about? And I feel like that's what I don't think I'd enjoy about doing something like that. But I enjoy it. Everyone loves a bit of X Factor. Mary is loving it. She is loving it. Go on, Mary. Show them about the bob. It's my comfort blanket. I just like, I don't know, especially not when I'm on stage though, or summertime. This fringe is not the one when it's hot, or when you're on stage and your sweat starts dripping to your eyeliner and your eyelashes fall off. That happened the other day. I came home with 1 earring, 1 eyelash, gave my glasses away. I had like sweat all around me. It was disgusting, but it's rock and roll. Wait, I'm gonna.
I'm stuck in the closet. I'm stuck in the cold. I can't find the key.
Is that good? Brilliant. Hidden talents. I do a good forward roll. Milky tea. It's so bad, but my initial thing is be like, Milky tea, Milky tea, Milky tea, kid. Yeah?
Yeah, awesome.
That's a hit.
Yeah.